On the road again. Sucking and fucking on the road again. I can't believe that you left me high and dry with that.
I didn't. I'm sure an oak hate us.
I was drinking water, okay?
All I am is the originator of the bit.
Yeah, this is your bit, and now you're sitting here like I'm too good for this bit.
No, I'm the brainstormer. I'm the creator. I'm not the guy who gets up on the stage and gets the tomatoes thrown at him.
Okay.
That's your job.
Okay, cool.
That's fair. All I know is on this stream, I'm a gonna win. But other than that, there's no reason I'm dressed as Wario. In case you're wondering. I just,
Wario was actually, I don't know if you know this, but there actually was a Wario sighting in 1973.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was in Idaho though, so it's not really near where we are.
Oh yeah, it wasn't in Narragansett, Rhode Island.
No, it was in Idaho.
He's never
it was in
been
Boise.
Famously.
Mario loves Boise.
I think that makes a lot of sense because I could see that man housing a lot of French fries. Maybe he's more like a baked potato guy.
Wario likes Boise because he thought there would be boys when he showed up, and then it turns out it's just a normal place.
Where are my boys?
Where are the boys?
Where are the boys?
He did meet Waluigi though, and they are sucking and fucking in Boise, Idaho.
They probably met there. Like, Waluigi's from there.
I mean, they did meet canonically at a tennis league. I guess they just were playing tennis in Boise.
That checks out.
Yeah,
they don't tell you this, but Wario and Waluigi, whatever, they're MK Ultra like creations of the CIA from like 1973, and that's actually why Patty is dressed as Wario right now, because Patty is trying to bring awareness to this very serious issue about.
Wait, hold on. You're saying they don't tell you that? Because I do this.
Yeah, they did tell me that.
Oh, well, alright, I'll go fuck myself then.
God, I would love to do that as well.
Beans today.
Alright, I'm gonna put 36 minutes on the clock.
We can't spread that bit any farther than it's already gone.
Okay.
It's incredible. Every time someone tells Lalo to go fuck himself, he says he's gonna take 36 minutes.
Yeah, that's the exact amount of time it takes me to go fuck myself.
I mean, if you're spreading the bit. Anyways,
I'll spread my bit.
Okay.
We're here to play a tabletop board game. Let's go.
Unacceptable behavior from every people.
I
don't know what you're talking about. I'm just sitting here.
I did roll to see who would go first, but let's introduce the campaign. We are 3 extremely regular boys on an extremely regular road trip. I am your keeper. I tell the story. I am all the good and bad guys, gals, thems, theys, etc. of the world of...
there are no bad women, actually. Fun fact, sorry.
All women are queens.
He makes a good point.
Honestly.
Yeah, fucking get your shit together, Patty.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Patty.
There are no people who are strictly women on this stream, so I think we should zip it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it clean, keep it fresh. All women are queens. All women are... Never mind. I'm gonna let it go. The bit has been spread.
Famously.
I can spread something else.
Okay.
I don't need you to.
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, me too.
So, last episode 3, on the road. This is episode 4, on the road again. Before we get into a recap of last episode with the players, I'd love y'all to introduce your characters to the audience really briefly. I rolled a 6, so we will start with Lalo.
Hi. You didn't tell us what numbers corresponded to what person, so quite frankly, if you wanted to start with me, you could have said any. I mean, I'm not accusing you of anything.
Hey, I rolled the dice down here. I could have said anything no matter what.
You could have said anything and it wouldn't matter. Anyway. Hi,
When you
gang.
think about it, nothing matters.
Yeah,
Okay.
good point. Anyway, I'm Lalo. But that doesn't fucking matter at all. I will
Yes.
be
In the wise words of Linkin Park.
I will be embodying the character known as Van Morrison. No relation. Van is, I'm playing the expert playbook. He has a deep passion, perhaps even love, for all things supernatural, for cryptid, for things that are spooky and weird and go bump in the night. He's obsessed with it. Not in the way where he wants to harm these creatures, which apparently some fuckers out there do. He doesn't want to cause harm to any cryptids. In fact, he wants to hold them tenderly in his strong gay arms.
Oh, he wants them to go bump in the night together, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, precisely. But anyway, he doesn't drive. Dan is his best friend. He's out here, whether you like it or not.
Speaking of cryptids that go bump in the night, Oak, would you like to introduce your character?
Yes, I am playing Archibald Cornelius Gideon Ackworth IV, professor of English at Boston University. As of the year 1893, he has been dead. I am playing the monstrous playbook.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to play this game. Patty is not letting me exploit magic anymore, so I'm gonna have to be normal.
It kind of reminded me of the first season of the Adventure Zone when Griffin just let Justin pick any spell from any class for the wizard. He's like, sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing.
And then, Hunter, would you like to introduce your character to us?
I sure would.
This is still the art.
I'm playing Dan, the man, and he's from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is in the United States of America, and he is like 28 years old or whatever, and he just graduated from Boston University with his best friend with a business economics degree, and he's normal, and he has a van.
He's got two.
He has two vans. And two mans now in his vans.
That's true.
So, yeah. So,
His van? Okay,
Well,
sorry.
Archibald is a ghost.
well, no, he doesn't believe in that shit. He just thinks that Archibald's kind of like weird or whatever, but like he's fine.
He's British.
Yeah, it's literally just that he's British and then nothing else. So,
His British
don't worry.
aura.
Everything is really normal about this road trip that they're having, and he's having a joyous time doing normal things on a normal road trip with his normal friends.
I love that.
Yeah.
So normal. So normal that we can talk about all the normal things that happened last session. Very normal. Does anybody want
Normally.
to
In a normal way.
offer any
Yeah.
recap? I will start off by saying you left behind a boy in Boston.
Oh boy.
Abandoned my boy!
Against my better judgment, by the way, Dan was going to be really polite about it, even though he hated that bitch.
Yeah. So you abandoned Darby in Boston, headed to Brown University in Rhode Island, and then would anybody else like to take away the recap?
I can add some pieces of information.
Lalo takes notes.
I do take notes. I did bring the wrong notebook.
Oh no.
I don't have my notes from last session because I'm very stupid. However, I know we started on the road from Boston to Rhode Island. Things got deeply homoerotic in the van, but that's normal. That's regular.
And this is normal, yeah.
We pulled up to Rhode Island. We ended up staying at a bed and breakfast because Dan convinced himself that Archie needed to stay in a nice hotel, even though Archie tried so hard to tell Dan that he does not sleep.
Maybe Dan really just needed it for himself, okay?
Yeah, Dan was trying to pass it off to pass the blame off onto Archie, but truly he just wanted to stay at a nice bed and breakfast. So we pulled up to this bed and breakfast. It's a little creepy. I think Dan wanted it to be full of dolls, if I recall correctly, and he's kind of unsettled that it's not.
It's a normal bed and breakfast. It's regular. It's only haunted now that I've just shown up.
Yeah. It's haunted now.
It wasn't haunted before.
Now it's haunted. We haunted the bed and breakfast. And then we went to this library that Archie had a lead on and did some digging. I think, what did I look into? Oh, I looked into info about the tree root that ate this man. And Archie was looking into info about ghosts and found out about this one guy. And then, somebody saw him, and then Archie went and tried to talk to them. And then he got accosted in a parking garage by two fucking freaks in, windbreakers it was raincoats.
Yeah, they were, long trench coat raincoats.
Yeah, and they shot him with a gun that hurts ghosts, which was not very cool.
Yeah, that's pretty mean.
Yeah, and so then Van and Dan showed up to try and beat their asses and stuff them in a trunk. I think one of them got away. We did put the other one in a trunk successfully. Archie did try and help the guy by telling the other guy that he was in a red van. The problem is Archie thinks that all cars are vans, so the guy is not in a van.
Correct.
And then we were told the name of somebody. If I had my notes here, I could be so much more specific. We were told the name of someone that was dealing with the tree root, I think, at wherever it's being stored. And so we're like, fuck, we gotta go there now. And so we are on our way there. We also found out how Archie died. We had some tender, vulnerable moments about being friends and protecting each other. It was gay.
Archie got super murdered, by the way.
Yeah, Archie got so murdered. Not this time, previously.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what you missed on Glee. If anyone else has anything they'd like to add, please.
They have to go to a museum.
Thank you.
And the lady is evil. Despite previous statements made on the stream that all women are queens, this is an evil queen.
Yeah. Yeah, queens can be evil is the only thing.
Oh, the woman who went to go grab the tree root.
Yeah.
Her name is Carol.
Carol.
And you did
the Tiger King.
Her name is Carol Baskets, actually.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. I remember this now. Okay.
Carol Baskets. That's right. Yes.
Yes.
I hope she goes to hell no matter what. Anyway.
Honestly, fair.
What'd she ever do to you?
Let's get into that. So I will say, brave of Van without his notes to take the lead on that. So take one forward.
I don't know why. Oh, thank you.
I don't remember Jack or shit, so that was better than I could have done.
I mean, me neither. I was watching the VOD, as you heard earlier at the very end, before we went live.
Did you give me? You gave me one forward for that?
That is correct.
Very handsome. Okay, thank you.
No, that's not one.
That forward expires at the end of the session.
Wow. Okay, sounds
not
good.
This time. Usually it is, but not this time.
All right. So, you're making your way over to the John Brown house, which is the little museum.
Not the cool John
and
Brown.
Not
either.
the cool John Brown. Yeah.
No. Alright. So, I'm thinking about how much time elapsed for the fight. Yeah. We just headed over there. Nobody making any moves to get there.
I don't think so.
It's walkable. You can stay in the parking lot.
Those damn 15-minute cities.
It's like a 15-minute state. This is Rhode Island.
This is Rhode Island.
Yeah, this
We're
is true.
so in Rhode Island.
Well, I don't know what they're all worried about then. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Forgive me, I don't remember what all the music I have sounds like. Sorry, that was very funny only to me. So we make our way to the John Brown house, and you see a little display where there's like little things talking about the founding of Brown Museum or Brown University. There is like a big display near a little janky TV that's like showing. I know, I guess this would be before that because it's 73. So there's no TV there. There's the little plaques talking about the history of Brown University, the founding of Rhode Island, and how the university was founded around the same time. You see a young college-age girl probably is going to Brown University. You see her behind the counter here. Okay. Okay, I finally found the fucking track I was looking for. Forgive me. And you're welcome to look around, have a chat with her. What do you do?
Cat. I look at the cat.
Oh, Cat, everybody stop for Cat.
Yeah, I just had to
Cat
grab
moment.
her before she tried to chew on my microphone.
She's so big and large.
She's so big and large, but also so
No, but she's so tiny.
yeah. Now is this young woman's name by any chance Nilly Wilson?
It sure is. I need to change that, but yes. Nilly.
I think it's Nilly Wilson.
Yeah, Nilly Wilson.
Okay. I've been doing such a good thing in my notes document where I make all the characters' names bold the first time they're mentioned.
Nice.
It's such a huge fucking time save for running a game.
So we are looking for someone specific here, right? We're looking for Carol Baskets.
Well, and also the root is here.
And also the root. Yeah, okay. Well then maybe we
Which,
ask
as you
her-
read, is quite
I feel like don't we believe that Carol is somehow also seeking out the root? So like if we find her, we'll find the root.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Every time I have to find the damn person.
There's fully an ambulance and fire truck going right by my house right now, if you hear that.
No worries. Excuse me, miss. We're looking for. Did we learn anything about Carol also?
You learned that...
Is she a professor?
No, she's the wife of one of the people who assaulted you.
Oh, okay. She's just some lady.
My wife.
Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry. That was
No.
not.
it was beautiful.
That was nothing.
Excuse me, miss. We're looking for I'm pretty sure y'all have an artifact being stored here. We're looking for some tree root.
There's a lot of artifacts stored here. There's a lot to learn about John Brown University.
Yeah, I'm certain there is. It's just that time is a little bit of the essence. I do not mean to be rude.
Are you here for a class?
In a way, you could say that.
Dan.
If you would excuse me, I apologize. My name is Professor Archibald Gideon Ackworth. I am a professor of literature at Boston University, and currently my students and I are on a field trip, sort of, to the library, to museums.
That's definitely what's happening.
That's excellent. There's a lot to learn here.
Okay, yep, you said this.
What are you here to learn about?
The tree root, as I mentioned before, the one that ate Roger Williams.
Oh. Well, I'm so sorry. It's just been taken. And you see that the pause was very unnatural in that moment.
Taken. As in loaned out to somebody.
Yeah, it never leaves the John Brown house, but it's been taken.
Why?
She asked me. She was very polite.
I feel like I want to read a bad situation. I'm worried about this young woman.
Yeah, I think I would like to. Hold on. Why is it opening fucking Adobe? I forgot. Sorry. Yeah, I would like to investigate a mystery.
Okay.
About it.
Got a 9 for read a bad situation, so I can ask one question. Okay, I'm so sorry I moved my hand too quickly, baby girl.
I got a 10.
Okay.
Do you want to investigate first, and then maybe I can follow that up with the read a bad situation?
Sure. Let me just.
How are you investigating?
I am. It's mostly vibes. Kind of an insight check kind of vibe here. I was gonna ask, what happened here and where did it go?
That's
Kind of trying to read her thoughts, or not read her thoughts, but like kind of get a vibe from her of what might have occurred here.
Okay, so it's very clear that there's a large white plaque, and then there's information below it about the tree root that ate Roger Williams. And there's little hooks that hold it. It looks like it's probably about 8 feet tall. And it is
tree root.
displayed straight up. And it's not here. So it's been taken, and it appears not by force.
Do I get a vibe from her that it was like she willingly let it go and like it's cool with it?
I think you need to ask her more questions to get a vibe on that.
Okay.
I'm also going to go ahead and reveal the actual what the tree root looks like, because you would have seen a picture of it, Van, when you were doing your investigation.
Okay, fabulous.
So it is quite big.
Oh.
That's actually, by the way, the real tree root that ate Roger Williams. You see right there.
Yeah.
From the Rhode Island Historical Society. It is a copyright image from them. And thank you, Rhode Island, for letting us use your history.
Thank you.
It's so skinny, I don't believe that it ate a man.
It's wild, right?
Yeah.
Should I use my read a bad situation? Got one.
Yeah, but how are you doing that? That's a very important part of this game.
I think for me, or for Van, it is very much just that, like, he has had a fair amount of experience with, like, people lying to him. He's pretty good at sussing out, like, what is going on with people to some degree. Like, if someone is trying to mislead him in some way, if someone is under, like, distress or in an unsafe situation and is trying to present as though everything's fine when it's not, he's pretty good at sussing that kind of vibe out. So it is truly just, I think it is, like, he is trying to, like, gently ask her questions to prompt more information. The question wouldn't be the one I'm about to ask as my, like, read about situation question, but, like,
Right,
that's how
of
he's
course.
trying to do this.
Do you want to just? I'll answer the question, but do you want to just role play a little bit, and then I'll give you a vibe?
Yeah, so you're saying someone took the root away moments ago, not that long ago?
She asked me, and
She asked you, yeah?
yeah, and it seemed like it was fine, like everything was fine that she took it.
Of course, yeah, and you're feeling okay? You're feeling fine yourself?
Yeah, I just sometimes I'm feeling a little confused, or I'm feeling one thing and then no, I'm okay.
Certainly, yeah. Full disclosure, I, Lalo, and also Van at this point, I think both are under the suspicion that she is under some kind of magical effect that is altering.
As we're playing this game more, I'm kind of liking answering the forward questions with roleplay.
Yeah,
and
I think Van is very much under the suspicion that she has some kind of effect that is altering her thought processes, even, which leads into my question, and I think saying whether or not that's true might be the answer to this question, which is, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
Well, in this room?
Well, I guess to me the answer to that question might be, like, what effect she might be under.
You don't really have enough, like, knowledge of how magic and weird things work to, like, really know for sure, but she doesn't seem...
Do I get the sense that... I mean, I do have a lot of that knowledge, to be fair.
That's
but also,
true.
Do I get the sense that she is under some kind of magical effect?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And it doesn't seem, like, super harmful and possibly not permanent. And with the... So you didn't, by the way, ask who took it.
That wasn't... I'm still playing the game by using the questions that are on the list.
Yeah, but yeah, whatever works.
I could ask who took it. I didn't know we were allowed to ask non-list questions.
No, but you could ask her.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Now that's true.
Just in a conversation?
Yes. I thought you were implying that I should have asked that as my read a bad situation question.
You're good.
Who was it that took the route?
It was Carol. She was really nice.
Carol.
She said she had some important business with it, so...
I actually had scheduled a meeting with her. Do you know where I might find her?
Actually, yeah, she gave me her business card.
Might I have it?
Yes, so you get a business card for the leader of the president of the Homeowners Association of...
Hope she dies.
Of Kendall Green neighborhood in Narragansett, Rhode Island, which is about an hour away.
More driving.
And her name is listed as Mrs. Carol Baskets, and I will show you an image of her from the business card.
I hate her guts so bad already.
Yeah, I hope she does.
Whoa.
Well, Archibald doesn't know what a business card is, so he takes this and pretends he knows what it is. It's just kind of holding on.
All right. So you mark down that you have... Oh, and there's an address written on there as well of the office.
Well, your help is much appreciated.
Oh, of course. I hope the root is in good care. It's one of the most precious things here.
Yes, of course.
I kind of just work in a box now with a bunch of plaques.
Don't worry about it. You have lots of other really important historical artifacts in here, like probably some guns and flags and
Some
other
shit that's been stolen, most likely.
paraphernalia of.
Oh no, I don't participate in any paraphernalia.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Would you like to?
Do you want to try
Professor,
it?
Is he hitting on me?
What?
No, but he will offer you a discount. Well, he might be, actually. I don't want to speak for him.
No, I'm sorry. We should definitely get out of here. Don't feel bad about your museum. The root is too skinny to eat a guy anyways, so.
Don't
Okay.
mind. He says a lot of words.
Well,
They have indulged perhaps too much in that paraphernalia before we came in. Let's all go back to the van, shall we?
Yep.
The man's right
here!
Okay. All right, right on. Take her sleazy. or whatever.
Do you all
Alright,
know
and-
what a business card is? I hand it to whichever fucking one of you.
Yeah, I do indeed. I think the man takes the business card and sees that she's the president of the HOA and has a similar reaction to what I did, which is that he hopes she dies.
I love making like white suburbia people villains. It's
so anti-HOA. It makes me furious in a real way.
I'm so proud of this villain already, you guys.
So what kind of information is on the card? I know it has her name and her like title. Do we have a phone number? Do we have an address?
There's
Oh,
a
Yeah.
there is an address. There is also an office phone.
Okay.
Dan would like to find a payphone and call the office phone.
Dan, now, I trust you, but are
Yes.
we sure we want to alert her to the fact that we are on our way?
I'm going to be real subtle about it.
You know, you're a charmer, and I trust your judgment.
All right. Fuck yeah, baby. Dan's time to shine.
You find a payphone that's like as you're walking back to the parking structure.
Okay, because they used to just be everywhere back then because they didn't have cell phones. Very important note.
Yeah, for anybody who's watching who wasn't alive in the 70s, including all of us, it is true.
Yeah. Important characterization is there is no such thing as a cell phone at this point. All right, Dan calls the number on the phone and waits for it to ring.
God, I don't have a phone ringing sound effect. I meant to do that. Just for fun. It's ringing. You get 5 rings in, and then you get. Hi, this is the office of Carol Baskets. You've reached me when I'm not here, but if you have any questions about the Homeowners Association, prescribed lawn height, or allowed ornaments for Kendall Green housing, please feel free to reach out to me right now. Let me know what you need, your name and phone number, and I'll get right back to you. Beep!
Dan hangs up because the
is what-
bit that he wanted to do cannot be done over an answering machine.
You trying to fucking prank call her?
Fuck up.
No. Dan calls her.
Yes.
What are you? Okay. Sorry.
How's
No,
the
I'm
cat?
just kidding. All right, I'm done with this bit. Let's move on.
Oh no, it was gonna be a bit. I'm sorry I ruined your bit.
No, it's okay. It wasn't gonna be funny anyways. He was just gonna ask her if her fridge was running. So
Oh my god. I am sad I took that away, but it doesn't
it's
make
okay.
sense.
No,
for
it
me.
would not have
What
been
is
funny at all.
What is a fridge and how does it run?
Well, have you ever heard of a gas called Freon?
No.
Don't.
He died like over 100 years ago. Like I don't know why we have to keep having this go.
Man, don't start this shit with me. They had ice in Britain, okay? How do they keep their beer cold?
Or
You don't. You drink it warm.
Oh,
What was
gross. Then it tastes like piss.
Me too.
Archie, just confirm for us once again. You're dead, right?
Yes, I was killed in the year 1893.
There we go.
He can't be dead. He's standing right here. I don't want to talk about this. Let's
All right.
get to the van.
You're so pretty and everyone likes you.
All right. Thank you, van. For saying that. You don't have to say that to me, but I appreciate
I say it mainly to myself to remind myself not to get too mad at you.
All right. Well, I got the keys. Let's go.
All right.
So are we just making our way directly to the office? Do we have any sort of a game plan for when we show up? Game plan. That's not a phrase that Archie would know, but you know.
Okay. That is a good
I
question.
have a game
Probably
plan.
should take a moment to strategize.
So, shall we attempt to sneak in, or would we prefer to go directly up the front door?
I think we should be careful. I have a sneaking suspicion that she MK Ultra that teenage girl at the museum.
Yeah, she does seem to have some, if not her, then somebody she's with, seem to have some mind alteration abilities, which concerns me. So,
Well,
take
those
it-
men that accosted me did have some method of dealing with the supernatural, so I would not be surprised if they had some involvement on their own side.
yeah, those men also seem to be on her side, which is unfortunate.
Yes.
So yeah, us taking a more. Hey, okay, sorry.
It's okay.
She's eating the hay, and I don't think she's allowed to do that. Let me go get her. Sorry.
All good. Also, important bookkeeping note. I believe y'all took one of the ghost guns.
Yes,
Indeed.
it's true.
A phrase that means something very different in this world.
Is it?
Nilly
I do not suspect that the tactic we used back at the museum, excuse me, the museum of me pretending to be your professor would work, as these people know of my nature, and I would suspect that the men we ran into yesterday would then know of my presence and have to let it know. So
Yeah.
I do fear for myself jeopardizing your mission, as it were.
Well, worth noting that I think they did see all three of us. So I mean, not to say they don't have it out for you, because it seems as though they do, but I don't know that any of us here have sort of an element of surprise or unrecognizability. Do you, I mean, Archie, I've seen you out of character. Lalo, I know that we've revised our magic rules. Van does not know this, though. Archie, I've seen you do some kind of wild supernatural shit. Do you have any way that you might be able to get either yourself or one of us in there largely undetected?
I could perhaps make an attempt.
I don't want to put you directly in harm's way again, especially not by yourself.
I will remind you, it is in a town an hour away.
Well, yeah, we would drive there.
Yeah. I mean when we get there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Should we maybe wait until dark and then kind of just sneak in when it's dark?
Not a bad idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
May I? Patty, can I try to use magic to see another place or time?
Yeah.
What caveats are you gonna throw out?
You need like something like a crystal ball. Do you have anything like that? Like something glass you can look
Can
into?
I use a bong?
Yes!
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Can he read the like gunk leavings at the bottom of the bong, like one read
Fucking
tea
resin? Ew.
like one read tea leaves?
Yeah, it's like a message in the bong water. Yeah, can I do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's gonna require. It takes your character like an hour to understand how the bong works with Dan.
I can figure out a bong in the back of the van while we're driving.
So you're driving.
I'm not driving. Are we
No.
driving there? Am I looking at the bong while we're driving?
We can.
Time is important in this game, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So we're
that's probably
probably
a good idea.
on our way. So, but yeah,
Mhm.
either Van or Dan can explain the bong to.
They're very familiar with the mechanics of the
They
bong.
know about the bong.
All right.
It's a skull bone,
Alright.
by the way, if you even care.
Oh, fucking sick as hell. Okay,
Yeah.
so I've rolled weird to do this, which is a 14.
Oh my god. Yeah, of course.
Oh, is that it?
What do you? So what's
Yeah,
happening?
only a 14.
So what are you trying to see? Where are you? trying to see?
I want to look into. I want to just kind of look into her office and see kind of what's going on in there. And on a 12 plus to give me an extra added benefit.
Okay, so you've probably been on the road for like, you're probably getting close to being there at this point, because it takes a minute to like figure out the bong while you're driving, and you see the bong leavings of all the gunk kind of swirl and move in a motion, and you see the figure of Carol Baskets talking to, holding the tree root like a staff, speaking with 3 hooded figures.
Inside her office?
Yeah,
That bitch ignored my phone call.
Fucked up.
that was an hour ago.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. And it's impossible, I would say, with the dirty bong water, it's impossible to hear what's happening.
That's fair.
But you
It's
see,
not that dirty, okay? Please.
it seems like the 3 hooded figures here and her are like inspecting it, the root, and like trying to discern any sort of weird magical qualities to it. And at that moment, you see them all kind of like stand to rapt attention, and the door begins to open. But then all of a sudden the bong water disperses because Dan swerves just a slight bit, because all of a sudden you hear the sound of police sirens behind you.
Uh-oh.
Go faster. Go faster.
The police are behind you. You weren't speeding. You weren't breaking any laws. But earlier today, you did break some laws.
Well,
What do you do?
Kidnapping? Is this about the
Can
kidnapping?
Somebody did tell the other guy that it was in a red vehicle. So it took a while. But between the time you were in John Brown House and now, the police in the other town have been alerted.
Can I read a bad situation?
Sure. Let me know what question and how you're doing it before you roll.
Okay. Well, I am looking out the back of the window, looking at the cop car. I've seen sirens before, but I saw them on an ambulance, but I know what sirens are. I know that the police are not friendly and that we have a lot of illicit materials. So I guess I would ask, what is my best way out?
Alright. I think you reacted correctly with that, but go ahead and roll to see if maybe you have a stroke of genius.
Or 10.
with a 10.
Which means I came home 3.
Okay. So you know that there's probably a way out of this with some smart driving. But it's going to require some checks for other people for that. And you think your Atlas is your best bet.
Okay.
Since you're on the highway. Sorry. Ruby!
Can I ask as well, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
In this situation, right now, there are quite possibly other cop cars. It's actually, there's police sirens outside my windows. This is perfect. I don't know if you could hear them, but yeah.
Only kind of, yeah.
The dangers you haven't noticed is that these local cops probably know the local streets better than you.
Okay.
And
I'll just
what's
act
the
against
best?
you.
What's the best way to protect the victims?
Make sure that the cops don't find the drugs.
Real.
Archie turns, like, he's looking out the back window, he turns around, he's like, "Spur the horses, go faster!"
Aye, aye, Captain. I have established about Van. No, this hurts so badly. I have established about Van that because he does not drive, he has put an exceptional amount of effort into being a really good navigator.
Correct.
Can I roll to act under pressure to try and help Dan? Can you please stop? To try and help Dan navigate the streets.
It sounds a little bit more like help out.
Yeah, I could do either. And then maybe Dan is the one acting under pressure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's how this is going to work.
That's all good. FYI, just for full disclosure, I because we leveled up last session, I decided to take a new move.
What does it do?
So I have read about this sort of thing, which allows me to roll plus sharp instead of plus cool when I act under pressure.
Okay.
Can I apply that to helping out too, or?
I would say if you're helping somebody out to act under pressure, that is okay.
Hell yeah. Because I'm assuming that would be what Dan trying to navigate or trying to drive to avoid the cop would be.
Yeah, there's just no way that you acting under pressure is going to fully succeed you getting away from the cops unless Dan also succeeds.
Yeah, no, that makes No, that makes perfect sense.
Now it's Dan's time to shine, actually.
Yeah. Now it's so damn time to shine.
Well, I hate to disappoint you. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, why don't you roll help out first?
I don't know that you do hate that. Sorry.
I actually have a move called Panic Button. So when we need to escape, I can name the route we'll try, blah, blah, blah. On a 10 plus, out of danger, no problem. On a 7 to 9, we can go or stay, but if we go, it's going to cost us. And on a miss, we get caught halfway out. So I'm going to roll the dice on that bad boy.
Okay. Well, then I'll still roll to help out regardless.
What do you roll to help out first? I want to hear that first.
I got a 7. So, am I allowed to use my sharp instead of my cool?
Yeah.
Okay, then I got an 8. Not that it matters that much, actually, but...
So Dan, whatever you roll, you get an additional +1.
Well, in that case, I got a cool 11.
That is a cool
Wow.
So
Van whips out the map, first of all.
Yeah.
Getting in really close to the little tiny side streets and this fucking small town in southern Rhode Island.
I've got reading glasses on and a microscope.
Dan's doing some shit like swerving between dumpsters and alleyways and like taking corners on like a hairpin turn and generally like shaking the shit out of poor Archie in the back of the van.
Dan, how do I hide your drugs?
Yeah, okay, I would like to say something.
Okay.
Van and Dan drive around in this van full of drugs all of the time.
Mhm.
And are two ridiculous people. I have to believe, and maybe I can even suggest that this is part of my fucking haven. I have to believe they have like a protocol and a hiding spot.
Oh,
for
certainly.
The cops.
Yeah.
They for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
but
thinking,
if your
like-
vehicle gets fully searched, the cops get a chance to roll against you.
Oh yes.
I think that like there are probably seats in the rear of the vehicle that like fold down that kind of like cover the, you know, growing product. And he's like, man, just throw the bong out the window, I'll get another one, don't even worry about it, because that smell of bong water is not fucking coming out, so get that shit out of here.
Okay, so that does
Archie
happen.
kind of like shrieks as he throws the bong out the window.
The bong.
He's like trying to shove stuff where it can hide while the van is like moving back and forth.
The bong shatters on the highway and slashes the tires of one of the police cars.
Yes, victory.
Fucking nice.
All you need is a bong that you can win at Monster of the Week.
Oh, yeah.
You did just use it as a crystal ball and also as like caltrops at the same time.
Yeah.
Hit bongs, fuck cops. Let's go.
Hey. Yeah, I think Van is also helping Archie hide the shit once he's done navigating.
Yeah, once you kind of like point out a good route and then
Yeah.
with the panic button
He's multitasking
ability,
even. He's like
you're able
shouting
to
directions as he's
memorize
hiding
it.
shrooms.
Dan's like, it's all good, baby. We're not gonna get caught. Don't even worry about it. Don't.
making hairpin turns in a fucking
Yeah.
VW van.
Yeah. Don't even fucking sweat this. We'll be all right.
Um,
Just buckle up in case.
Honestly, weirdly, I'm not. I like feel pretty safe in your hands, my man.
okay, so you're able to evade them for now. I'm gonna say that you are like. It's not a big town. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. This is one of my favorite parts about this campaign. Being able to look up real maps.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Are there any jurisdictions shit that we can fuck around with?
I
You
imagine they'd
are-
be state cops if they chased us this far out.
Yeah. I was just hoping.
I would say you are, just for like fun flavor, you are hiding out in the parking lot, or not in the parking lot, like behind a water park that hasn't opened for summer yet. Because it is like a coastal East Coast town, so there is for sure a water park. I even saw a picture of it when I just googled Narragansett, Rhode Island.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, right now y'all are hiding out.
Okay.
We kind of like left them in the dust.
Yeah, you left them in the dust. They all there was a cool chase sequence. There was a moment where like two of the police cars crashed into each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
A ton of cops died.
Dan would like to pull off and put a tarp over the top of his van just so that it's less immediately noticeably green and brand new.
Yeah, I would say you definitely, even though it's not in your like inventory, that's like something that's part of the Haven ability.
Yeah.
At some point, I would like you to draft all of the things of the Haven, so we're not like adding more stuff as it works.
Oh, I've got them on my sheet, I believe.
No, but like as far as like items and like hiding the
Oh,
drugs,
yeah.
like the stuff we've used it for.
Yes.
It would be fun to actually like figure out how the van works. And,
Crossing the bong off the list for now.
Yes.
Oh, there are more bongs.
That was just the one that didn't fit in the hidey hole. It was the biggest
That
one.
was the one that was in use, but we've got others.
Yeah, now we just
Yeah.
have to whip out a clean one.
Yeah, we have to break in a new bong.
How does everybody feel about taking a short break?
Pretty good. I've
Yes.
had about a gallon of liquids to drink, and I need
I
to
could
pee.
go.
Other question, cutoff time, an hour from
Yeah,
now?
I'm
I'd say
vibing.
that's all right. Yeah.
Hour 20 max or no?
No, that'd be fine.
Okay,
Yeah, good to me.
so,
I did have, before we go on break, I did have one quick thing I wanted
oh, please.
to try, which is underused magic. There's a thing that says bar a place or portal to a specific person or a type of creature. Can I bar a van from cops?
I feel like that's like going to be like a thing where you need to like set up like a seance kind of thing. Like you can
We
do
got
that.
time. We're chilling behind a water park.
I mean, like, this is like a ritual spell that takes like a week.
Oh man.
It's
Like,
something
so
you
okay,
can do
well,
in the future.
eventually I'll like.
To make a note of it so you can do it in the future.
You can start setting it up
Yes.
inside the van.
Yes, I will do that. I'm gonna write down.
You have a spell
Right
written down in
now.
your like diary that you have. You just never
Yeah.
had a chance to use it. You use it in the
Spell
library all the
for
time, actually.
repelling cops.
Yeah, I've also put it in my notes just in case.
Yeah, you had already cast it at the library at Boston University for years. You just haven't had the time to do it on the van.
Yeah, there's no cops in the library.
Just security guards, but that's different.
Yeah, they don't even have guns or tasers.
They're 11.
just
They're 11, not 12.
yeah,
They're nice. They're pretty nice. They're nice guys.
yeah. It's like Paul Blart if Paul Blart was less of an actual cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not Paul Blart at all.
So me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So me.
Wario.
I'm
It's
Paul Blart.
Wario.
Oh yeah, it's a me, Wario.
Canonically, the two security guards at the Boston University Library are Wario and Waluigi, and this is canon, and nobody can tell me otherwise.
Put that in
But
your
they were
notes.
cited. Wait, but they were cited in Boise. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
How
what
did they
they're
get to
from.
Boston?
These are different, unrelated guys. They just
Oh,
happen
Jesus.
to be named that.
Okay,
my
so
God.
it's like a species.
Yeah, no, they just happen to be named Wario and Waluigi. Completely
Okay, yeah, for
no
sure.
relation.
Yeah, people actually stopped naming their kids Wario and Waluigi after the game came out because they were like, we can't be associated with these kids.
Yeah, but
Before
they
that,
were
it was
born,
very
these guys were
popular
born
name.
by, these are like old Italian men.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll be right back.
that was very silly. Okay.
We'll be right
We
back.
often are.
Yeah.
Love y'all. We'll be back in 5 minutes ish. Bye. Hello, everyone. We're back. We're back from our lovely, hot, and delicious break. We were just talking about Florida Man and Polish Man and all of the things that they've accomplished.
Oh yeah, and we were sucking and fucking on the Great Coast of Texas.
Obviously, certainly,
Like you do.
as you do.
Famously.
So we are here. Our characters have escaped a police chase scene, a la every 90s movie,
It's pretty fucked up.
and hiding behind a now still closed until the proper summer begins water park. And what is going on right now, folks?
I think we're just chilling. We gotta figure out our next plan of attack, but I think we're just kind of vibing.
Yeah, well, I mean, fellas, we are still on a time limit of some sort.
Ooh, thank you for the cheer.
Thank you, background guy.
Background guy loves coming to my streams. He is my most loyal viewer. I love background
Oh,
guy.
yeah. Fellas, we are
Thanks
still
to
on
background
something of a
guy.
time crunch, but we may need to reassess our approach, given that the police know what our van looks like. Archie, you were mentioning you might be able to do something about that, but it's going to take a minute.
Yes, that may take quite some time. So, in the meantime, we were planning on, as ideally as soon as possible, finding the office of this.
Yeah, I mean, we may need to proceed with that goal regardless, but is there anything we think we should do to try and circumvent being accosted by the police?
While you are saying that, you can hear like flapping and like a poof sound, and then you hear a knock at the van.
Interesting. Who is it?
You got away from them. Are you okay?
Maybe.
That's not a name.
Yeah, who's asking?
Dan opens the door.
You open the door, roll the door of the van on the side, and you see a woman dressed. Here, let me get a better view of this on this little screen here. She is dressed in proper, like, 1800s women's clothes, and she reaches a hand out and she says, "Hi, I'm sorry, that was rude. I don't talk to people that often. My name's Mercy Brown."
Hi there?
I have one
My
question.
pleasure.
On a scale of 1 to 10, is she a MILF?
Unacceptable.
I think she's younger than a MILF. She
Okay.
is, she's like probably younger than y'all in appearance.
Okay. Well, pass. Alright, Dan is polite.
Archie, is this a friend of yours, or?
I don't believe we've met. No.
Huh.
Have
No.
we? Do I know her?
No.
Okay.
Actually, just Van, do you have a D20 handy?
Me?
I
Yeah.
do.
Do you want to roll a luck check?
Yeah.
Can I? Can I roll it?
It's not for you,
like
it's for
Anthony.
Van.
Can you roll
Okay.
it for me anyway, because I don't have a d20?
Yeah. Okay. It's a 15.
Bye, background guy. Oh, I'm already wearing lipstick, but I'll put more on. Don't worry. Thank you. A 15. Van, you vaguely remember the name from some research, but you can't remember what. Mercy Brown.
Her last name is Brown, right? Do I think she is any relation to John Brown, not the cool one?
It might be on your mind, but you're not sure.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, so shoot straight with me for a moment, if you will, and keep in mind the company I'm keeping, and he points to Archie. Ma'am, are you some sort of ghost or spirit or apparition?
No.
It's alright if the answer is yes. I'm not gonna give you a hard time
No.
for it.
No. I never really died. It's not like that.
Huh. Alright. Well, that's quite interesting.
But
What?
the same people that are after you are after me. They've been after me for quite some time. The Midnight Society.
And they don't like
Like to-
cosplayers.
If you'd like to come in, it's quite a bit more safe inside. Perhaps we can stay.
Dan, she grins when you say cosplayers, even though that does mean something. We'll just say it means something, and I'll roll a luck check this time. You don't notice anything. So I can come in.
No.
Okay, I'll wait out here.
Sorry, this
Hey.
van is for boys only.
Hey, hold on. Depends on what your business here is with us.
I mean,
I don't.
yeah, I know. I'm supposed to be working right now, but I took off because I done a little reconnaissance, and thank you, My Story, for subscribing.
Thank you.
Our baby is 2 months in the oven, right here, baby. My story, this is our story, and we will continue to tell it. But hello, thanks for coming. So
You said you did not quite die. May I ask what occurred?
well, you know, vicious case of tuberculosis. Very handsome man, had a lot of feelings for me. Let's just say he gave me the hickey of my unlife.
Huh.
He
Alright,
gave
so you're
tuberculosis too?
you're
I
a
just-
vampire, correct?
I mean, I did have tuberculosis in life, but I don't have it anymore.
Yeah, because you're a vampire, correct?
Very astute. No wonder they're after you. They probably want to
Mhm.
use your mind.
I consider myself something of an expert.
May I ask what year this occurred?
What year, what, that this happened?
Yes.
I am looking it up. Happened, in the 80s.
1880s.
Oh, no, sorry, the 90s.
When precisely?
1891. It was a long fucking time ago.
Yes. 93 for me.
Forgive my curt speech. I have run out of a lot of patience in the many years I've been around.
I understand completely.
Yeah, it's alright, you're allowed to swear here. We do it all the time. It's actually on the rules of the van on the ceiling. We did have to codify that into van law, because there was a disagreement on it at one point. Dan?
I just don't think we should be cursing as much as we do. But you know what? This is an argument that we've had.
Yeah, not the point here, sorry man.
Not the point here. It's okay for a lady to cuss, of course. I would never, it's not my business. Not my business.
And now, I'm not gonna go ahead and assume that you have any sort of malicious intentions simply due to the creature that you are.
A lot of people do assume that. You wouldn't
Yeah,
be
I think
alone.
that seems mighty rude. But I would like to know what business you have with us. Is it just that we're being hunted down by the same people?
Yeah, I'm just hoping for a chance to have freedom from them.
I mean, if you've got information, we'd like to have it. Dan, Archie, you're all right with inviting her in?
Of course, I already did.
Yeah, I mean, you did.
Yeah.
I guess I'm mostly asking.
You don't
Dan.
own the van. It's a little
Yeah.
complicated.
Yeah, I mean, she seems pretty normal and fine.
You would say.
I dated a girl that had a vampire fetish one time, and I won't go into detail, of course. It's not.
I do need to hear
You
about
already
that.
have.
I will need to hear about that. I have so many questions.
I apologize. Did we not get your name?
Mercy Brown.
Mercy Brown.
Right, we did. Miss Brown, so you were in the area in the 80s?
Yeah.
New England, were you located specifically in Rhode Island? Did you travel?
No, I've basically been here. I've carved out a pretty good niche for myself where things don't have to get too wild for me.
And you said you were. What is it that you do?
I work as a nurse, but I can come in, right? Dan,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah.
Yes, that is a part of their nature. They do need.
Okay, it's so cold outside.
Oh yeah, no, please come on in. I am fascinated by the fact that you can feel cold, but we don't have to have that discussion right now.
Yeah.
I've been discovering all sorts of sensations, and I can feel that.
I can help you discover some more sensations. Anyhow,
I see how it's a no
I'm
women
not.
situation.
Is forgive me. I have not spoken to anybody from the same century as I for many since that very
Wait,
century.
when did you pass?
93.
Oh. She just gives you a hug.
I feel a similar sensibility.
isn't that sweet, Dan?
What?
I was primarily in Boston. I did come down here every once in a
How did
while.
you end up in Boston with that accent like that?
I was a professor. I was in England, and then I left England to go to Boston and become a professor.
Be trapped somewhere and it's not even home, huh? That's good, you got out.
No, I would consider it more home than where I grew up.
Yeah, but look at you now. You're here. It's not that
Well.
easy for folks like you know, to get away.
I would not say I'm here of my own volition, but I am here, I suppose.
Lean into that.
That's what
Sure.
I've been saying.
I digress. So
Anyways, you asked me about my work. I work as a nurse. It's
Uh,
an easy way to help people and keep myself kicking without messing with anybody. To be perfectly frank.
There are hospitals nearby where you work.
Yeah.
Not to transition the conversation away from you. I'd love to get to know more about you, but we are kind of in a situation where time may be of the essence.
That's the other reason why I've reached out to
We're
you.
we're trying to locate Carol Baskets. She stole something from the John Brown house. A tree root that you may or may not know about. How much do you know about this Midnight Society, and her in particular, if possible?
Oh, Carol Baskets, she's just a puppet.
Figures.
Yeah. She gets what she wants. So in return,
Like,
she does what Joseph wants.
Like a marionette puppet or like a sock puppet?
More like a marionette puppet. She's like spindly and clinky like that.
Okay, yeah. That's the
She's all
condition of being
bones.
the HOA lady.
She's all bones, no blood.
There's having bones.
I can give you a bone. Alright.
I miss
Out
blood.
of character. Out of character, because this is information that I, Lalo, have and remember that Van did not have access to whatsoever. Wasn't Joseph the name of the guy that Archie found in his research?
Yes. So Archie would take notice of that. But that was a man that lived in the 1800s as well.
Joseph, what was I researching again?
Ghosts, right?
Like history, or like research
Oh, yeah.
on people who researched ghosts, basically.
Some
Yeah.
guy who knew shit about ghosts.
He,
What was his full name?
Hmm?
What was his full name?
Joseph Peace Hazard the First.
So, may I ask this, Ron? Do you ever know a man named Mr. Joseph Peace Hazard?
Yeah. He's the man who tried to dig up my body about 70 years ago before he passed away. This Joe that I'm talking about, that's his great-grandson. He's the one who runs the Midnight Society. He dug up my body, and the Midnight Society has had something against me ever since.
Well, I should hope that you have something against them.
They wanted to use my power to commune with ghosts and make more undead. There's just some sick fascination with the dead.
As far as you know, though, so it's not the same Joseph. It's his great grandson. As far as you know, is he just a guy? I mean, obviously everybody to some degree is just a guy, but like, well, I guess there are women. Anyway, he's not. He
I
doesn't
guess
have.
there are women.
He is not some manner of supernatural creature. Is what I'm asking.
He has spent the majority of his adult life researching ancient druidic magics.
So he's got power, but he is a mortal being.
Yeah, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
And I suppose somebody with druidic magic would then find some sort of a connection to a, perhaps, magical piece of nature, such as a tree root.
They want, as far as I can tell from any reconnaissance I've done, they're trying to use the tree root as a conduit to not between the spiritual realm and the mortal realm. It's fucking weird, but it seems like they want to dig up bodies, turn them into
Not their business, frankly. What goes on in the spirit realm?
No, they want to dig up these bodies to mow their fucking lawns and clean their houses.
That sounds illegal and awful in many ways.
Yeah, pretty fucked up.
It's really hard to get into that gated community, though.
Leave it to a homeowners association.
That's what I've been saying.
So, the place that you say it's difficult to get into, is that where Miss Baskett's office is?
It's the Kendall Green gated community.
So we would have difficulty even getting into approach your office.
There's a lot of bats that live around here, so I've been able to sneak around and figure out what's going on, but it's hard to get in with a car. Especially if you're wanted.
I mean, how close are we? What I might suggest is we drive up about as close as we can get. We park the car, and then we sneak in on foot.
Sounds
Good to me.
not unwise.
And I mean, is there any way, Miss Mercy, you could scout out the as a bat, if you're able to, try and scout out the perimeter and see if you can give us sort of a best angle of approach?
Oh, I've been in it. The way I found out you were coming, I was there earlier. I know how to get in and out.
Fantastic. All right. Well, then I think we have some idea of how we're getting in there.
And our plan is to enter, take route, and leave.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'll be quite honest with you, Archie. My plan is to wreck shop, but with the end goal of getting the route and leaving.
I will warn
Of
you,
course, yeah.
they're very rich and very powerful, so...
Yeah, that is why my plan is what it is, but I'll keep that in mind.
That's alright. You should have seen what I was doing at golf courses when I was a teenager. Let's get this shit on the road.
Yeah, it would not be my first time breaking into a gated community.
They do
I'll
have a
tell
golf
you what.
course in the community.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Dan's just
Rich and
gonna seep
powerful
on it
is-
while he's here.
I find the Scottish sport fascinating.
Fascinating in they don't waste so much water. Rich and powerful is no match for the brains and tactics that we have on the side.
And I do have a gun. Sorry, not really.
And he does have a gun.
I do
I
have
have
a
I have a sword as well.
I don't want to brag, but I can hold my own.
Alright.
Then I suppose that's wreck shop. Is that
Hey, that's the spirit, Archie, yeah.
Which shop? They have a pro shop at the the golf course. Is that what you mean?
We can wreck that as well on the way out, yes.
Oh yeah,
Like
we
a
were
Bass Pro
whatever.
Shop.
The Bass Pro Shop. I imagine that
Maybe
we.
break characters.
I imagine that we just kind of drive up about as close as we can get.
Indeed.
She flies alongside you, like shooting out echolocation to make sure everything is okay.
Alright. Do you want us to make any kind of roll regarding where to hide? Not to be like, teacher, do we have homework?
No,
do you want us to make any kind of roll regarding where we should hide the van?
You asking that is good, because if you don't do a roll, I just assume that your character is parked it wherever.
Yeah, alright. Then definitely I think we're trying to park it as sneaky like as possible.
I would say you're granted one forward from Mercy.
Okay. I imagine it'd be up to Dan to do the parking job, although Van could probably help by scouting out locations.
I'm envisioning, like, he wants to pick up a couple of safety cones while they're on their way there, and then he parks in front of, like, a telephone pole or something and puts the cones out, like, hey, look out, don't run into the equipment van or whatever, and just kind of, like, disguises it that way.
Okay.
It is green, but...
Yeah, we are wanted by the police, is my only concern.
Well, listen, sometimes it's best to hide in plain sight. They're gonna drive past those safety cones and be like, oh, the boys at the electric company are hard at work.
Okay, Oak has a question about magic, I'm assuming.
Yes. Before we go in, I would assume this would not be too difficult to take fast. May I, enchant my sword?
Yeah, it'll be.
Enchanted my sword, baby girl. Okay.
In what way?
It's so nothing.
Well, use magic. One of the effects is enchant a weapon. It gets +1 target plus magic.
Yeah, I'll let you do that as part of your preparation of getting in here.
The plus whatever 12. Yeah.
Yeah, with a 12, it'll last you 3 hours.
Okay, so I know Archie's cane is, it's a normal regular cane. But it's magic now.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's a normal regular cane. I don't know what you're talking about. I am realizing that Archie was like, damn, I miss having bones. He famously does not have good bones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, he still has, even in death, even without bones, he still has knee problems.
Yeah. Alright, my
Yeah,
man.
I mean, these things persist in life, you know?
Yeah.
In life.
Like phantom pains, but he's like actually a phantom.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he has like phantom PBS. As for years.
Okay, I'm a dude. I think Van straps up. I'm trying to decide what specifically he's bringing.
Well, Van straps up.
Okay.
Get his ass.
I think he's definitely bringing his gun and his dagger.
And we did wait till
Okay?
we did wait till night, correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
What I'm debating is, and I maybe want to pose this to the group. Should I bring my flamethrower? How do we feel about that?
I am under. I think Archie would be a little bit more shy about admitting it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of has no reservations against burning the whole damn thing down.
I mean, the fact that they want to, like, make people into ghosts and zombies and, like, make them
Use them
fucking
for
basically
labor is
slaves
pretty fucked.
is, like...
Yeah, I think the Homeowners Association would be pretty upset if we set their beautiful lawns on fire.
Yeah, I'll bring the Listen, I'd love to bring the flamethrower. I just wanted to vibe check. Alright, then I've got all 3 of my weapons on me. Can we establish that the flamethrower is compact to some degree?
I think that's one of the things that you have to, like, purchase it with. Like, that's one of the, like, tags of the weapon.
Oh yeah, it's got, they all have weapons. It is tagged as heavy, but I don't know if heavy necessarily has to mean large.
I think it's
I
like
mean,
a
in
fucking...
D&D rules,
Go ahead.
D&D rules is just like two-handed, yeah?
Yeah, I would say it's like a fucking Ghostbusters proton pack that you can put the gun on the backpack, but it's a heavy-ass backpack.
You know what? That's kind of sick. All right, I'll take it.
Make a note of that because I want to remember that because I love how sick that is.
Dan grabs his rifle and his hockey stick, and he's good to go.
And you can refill the flamethrower every time you refill gas in the van.
Right on.
I think Dan should use his hockey stick and rifle like really big chopsticks.
Like to pick stuff up,
Yeah.
he can give it a shot.
He's sort of like
Anything would be
a
funny.
bayonet.
It's not related to anything or useful at all. I just think it would be funny to watch.
It'd be funny.
Really not safe weapons handling. You know, he's morally against that because he's a responsible gun owner.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
All right. Are we feeling good about trying to head in?
I think so.
All right.
I don't know that good is the word for how I'm
Yeah.
feeling, but prepared perhaps.
I feel great. I'm excited.
Yeah, that checks out for you, Dan. Gives Dan a slap on the ass.
I will say, just for narrative reasons, Dan is taking a hit off of another pipe, and then the weed smoke, like after effects of Archibald's spell, you can see a man taking the staff into his hands, and it crackling with like some like purple electrical energy as he
We
grabs
have to
it.
go.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna
go
have to
as
roll
fast as
slow one
possible,
time.
yeah.
Let's get going. Yeah. I think they start booking it, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to show what Joseph Hazard IV looks like.
Is that fucking Alan Tudyk?
Yes, because he's the cult leader in an episode of Strangers with Candy.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh my god.
Pretty good.
I've watched that episode.
I know, you did. It is absolutely Alan Tudyk as a cult leader.
Incredible. Yeah, so they are booking it. I assume we got some level of direction from Mercy as to...
Mercy's like kind of traveling with you overhead.
Yeah, so then we're just kind of following her as a bat.
Yeah, I'm gonna need somebody to act under pressure to follow.
I would love that.
Actually, I want everybody to act under pressure because I'd like to see how loud or quiet things are.
I can use magic to communicate with something that you do not share language with.
Like what?
I can use magic to communicate with her,
Oh,
despite not sharing the language.
that can help you with that. I do want everybody to act under pressure to move stealthily.
Okay, I
Yeah,
am
12.
really bad at this.
I know.
And if I have a hold, am I able to give it to someone?
I don't think so.
It's okay. I gotta I have to subtract one. I got a 7.
I got an 11.
I got a 12.
Okay. Oh, I guess I'm gonna roll for somebody. Mercy. She also has a mixed success. I rolled very bad for my first Monster of the Week character roll.
Oh boy.
But it's not a failure. So... Oh shit. I just accidentally resized the Zoom window. It's a challenge. I'm gonna say that that's good. Okay. So... you make your way toward, I'm assuming... Oh, you're following Mercy, correct?
Yes. Or whatever she decided.
So you head, you make a note that you are at the corner of Hazard Avenue and Gibson Avenue, Kendall Green neighborhood. All the roads, all the lawns are perfectly manicured. There are like nice, cute things. There are American flags waving. All the paint jobs on the houses are perfect. There's white picket fences. And Archibald, you know from your research that Joseph Hazard I had built the Druid Stream house on this corner, and it seems like a whole neighborhood kind of built around it later, because it's kind of in the center of this like little subdivision neighborhood.
Got it. But that house is where we're headed.
Yeah, and you're there now. And it seems like Mercy wants to cut around to the backyard, and you can see like the light of like a fire from the back. Is there any last things you'd like to do before you enter the backyard?
Well,
Load my rifle.
yeah, make sure all our weapons are ready. I'm gonna see if I have anything in particular that I feel like I should do.
I'll unsheath the sword from my cane.
Yeah.
Archibald has a rapier all of a sudden.
Can I?
I
This is
figured.
this is not a preparedness thing by any means. But I have this hold, and I've got nothing in my brain that I have to do to get ready. I feel like I'm ready. Can I use my hold that I got at the beginning of the session, just because it's about to expire, to just real quick get an American flag with my flamethrower?
Oh, if you want.
Nothing. I'm pretty sure it's about to expire, unless you think there's something else I should save it for.
I mean, I think we have 20 minutes of possibly combat ahead of us.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you were ending the
no.
session. That's my bad. I got ending the session vibes from what you were doing. Never mind then.
Not yet. We have 30 minutes. I think we're good.
Never mind then. Yeah, I think they're just getting ready to head in.
Don't mind me moving things around. Nothing's
I
don't mind.
As a guy who is a ghost, who is incorporeal, I want to go the other way, like kind of through the walls of the house. Not like through the house, but just kind of like glitching through the wall a little bit to do like a double pronged attack.
Okay,
If that's-
because they're going around the side and you're gonna be through. You're like staring through the back window.
Dan, please tell me you are watching him do this. Please, God. Please, for the love of God.
Where'd Archie go?
Alright.
With that, I will say, Archie, I'm going to let you do that, and it's a good idea, but it's going to take you just slightly longer to get through the house than it's going to take people to walk around the house.
That's fair.
Okay, so everybody else will have a chance to act, and then you will go first after that. Let's go ahead and,
You want to say roll initiative so bad?
I do.
Dan wants to crouch and peek around the corner before they go rushing into anything.
Yeah.
So you do that, and you hear, finally, my ancestor will finally see the light of day again. We will revive him with this, and we will make our community strong. And we will hold our power. And he slams the root down, and more purple crackling electrical energy comes up into the sky. And you see nearby a gravestone.
Fortunate.
Dan is not sure what to feel about this, so he is going to shoot his gun at this man.
You act first in this fight.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll to kick some ass.
I will do my best. Kick some ass. Let me refamiliarize my Kick some ass. Okay. Whoop. It's gonna be a 9. So me and whatever I'm fighting inflict harm on each other. Even with a gun from far away, it hurts my ears. Okay, the amount of harm is based on the established dangers in the game. That usually means it's
I'll tell you what happens.
Okay. The harm on my gun, by the way, is 3. 3 harm.
Okay, I need to make a note of that. You take a shot at him, and as he's like hitting the fucking wand tree root to the ground, and you shoot him in the arm, making his arm spasm, and some of the electricity shoots right back at you, so you take 1 harm.
Oh, is that all? I'll eat that shit for breakfast.
And then you see Carol Basket say, "There they are! I knew they were coming!" And the cultists descend towards you, brandishing the ghost gun, golf clubs, various things such as that, towards both Dan and Van. Let's actually make a turn order. I don't care. We're gonna do it.
Okay.
What's our initiative at?
I know that you're last and Dan is first. I know that Carol used her turn to make the move towards you.
May we act out of turn if needed, though?
Say again?
May we act out of turn if it is narratively
Yes.
justified?
I agree.
Sorry if my audio has gotten silly. The cat has just been kind of batting my mic around.
No, you're totally fine.
Million.
She can do whatever.
Correct.
She can. She's been being very sweet. Anyway.
Alright. They're headed right towards you, Dan and Van. I'm actually going to move your little tokies over here. That makes more sense.
I would like to hit him with my flamethrower, if I may.
Jesus Christ.
I'd love to.
These men are terrorists.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, so they're basically right up on you, but they don't have enough time to get to you. So you are ready with it, so you grab it from your backpack.
Yeah. Alright, get absolutely fucked. Kick some ass is... Sorry. Now I have to refamiliarize myself. Plus tough. Oh, I'm not very good at that. Okay. I'm not terrible at it. I'm not great at it. I have some tricks up my sleeve. That's gonna be my 8. And then I think it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so that's an 8.
Okay, so narratively, do you say anything? You're just like,
I said what I said, which was get absolutely fucked.
they all scream, "Ah, Midnight Society, go!" And you see them grab like a baseball bat and the golf club.
Midnight Society, go.
And they're
Y'all
going,
just suck and you have terrible What kind of cheesy ass bullshit?
Yeah, that was kind of a dog shit.
I want to
Dog
make it
shit catchphrase.
I want to make it clear because it hasn't been clear because it's just this one image I found with 3 people. There's 3 people upon you, but there's a total of 12 people.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot.
I'm gonna just, since I just have this image, I'm gonna group them up in groups of 3.
Yeah, duplicated when there's 12. Jeez. Now
They're
there's
all
so
gonna
many.
go on the same turn.
Ooh, I hate their pussy.
Yeah, so because I got a 8, it's we inflict harm on each other.
Yeah, so there's 3 of them, so you take 3 harm, and then how much damage does your thing do?
I think it also does 3 harm.
So yeah, you absolutely take those 3 motherfuckers out.
Fabulous. Let me see. I actually think I might be able to be in less pain. Once. We'll see. Come back to me on that one.
Okay. So they're gonna go ahead and they basically attack you back as they're burning to death. So you're taking like fire damage and like physical damage as they're like trying to rip your machine apart, your flamethrower. You see a bat fly over to the back of the druid circle, and you see a puff of black acrid smoke as Mercy Brown appears, like right behind the cult leader Joseph.
Okay.
And it's just going to fucking punch him. Also,
Why not?
I've been rolling for her. I feel like for allies, it's more fun if they also have character sheets.
Yeah. Also, sorry, I am actually going to use my move now because I might as well address this before it gets worse. I'm still getting used to how the harm works in this game.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and use also my move. It wasn't as bad as it looked.
Okay.
I'm going to roll plus cool to be less injured.
Yes. Yeah, harm is very scary. You don't want to take a lot of harm.
Yeah, what is my cool? That hits me at a 10. Okay, so I do get to heal 2 harm and stabilize my wounds.
Okay, so you've only suffered 1 harm.
Yes.
Murphy Brown literally like backhand, like reaches back and punches him like in the back of the head. And he suffers 3 harm.
Yeah, get his ass.
Just from like literally like he's like knocked a couple feet back from like her super strength, but also the electrical energy shoots back at her as well in the same way that it did to you, Dan. So she suffers some damage. And then Joseph is going to start chanting magical words that you may or may not understand, but it's too loud and crazy right now to know what he's doing. And he's spending his turn doing that.
Gang, we should probably, obviously defend yourself as much as possible, but we might be focusing in on that fucker.
Archibald, it's your turn, and then we'll probably cap it off for the evening since we're getting closer to cutoff time. And I see Hunter getting sleepy.
I'm so sleepy, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's also time.
Okay, well, I'm gonna sneak up behind him and fucking stab him.
Oh, you're gonna sneak up behind him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stab him with my sword that I have. And I did take the Unholy Strength move, so I can roll plus weird instead of tough for kicking ass.
Nice.
You may note that I have a very good weird modifier.
I'm just wondering how you sneak behind him, because you're like basically at the back door, and then the backyard is beyond that.
I go around. As this other fighting is happening, I'm just gonna go weaving through.
Okay, act under pressure to get a sneak up on him. If you do...
I don't have to sneak up on him, can I just walk straight up to him?
Oh yeah, I just meant I was gonna give you a forward if you did one.
Oh, I mean, I can try. It's not gonna
Yeah.
go well. 8.
No, I won't give you a forward. But yeah, you are still behind him, like next to Murphy Brown, with the two of you are like doing like a 1-2 punch on the motherfucker.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm stabbing him, and I didn't roll to stab him and get double 6s, which I believe... Weird. That puts me at a 50.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so that means you get to add an extra effect, right?
Yes, of course.
For kicks
Okay,
and
so
ass.
it's 3 harm. And, you know, on a 12 plus, I can take an enhanced effect, which means I can make my attack inflict double the normal harm. So he's gonna take 6.
Oh.
Good God.
I salute you. He's not looking well, like the last things that happen at the end of this session before we cut off is he's like holding the staff above him, to, you assume, revive his ancestor. Like some of the magical energy, it was all pointed towards the like grave. And now some of it is like going towards him as he starts to die from the amount of harm he's taken. But we're gonna stop there because this fight can still go both ways.
Rowdy.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more people.
Rowdy.
This
I
fight can
will
go
say,
both
as
ways,
Archie-
just like me, bitch. Okay, so
Hell yeah!
As
Hey.
Archie
That was
goes
nothing.
up and stabs him, he screams. He is terrified at the idea of harming somebody, even if they suck. Yeah.
What does he
Great
say?
one, Archie.
He just kind of screams.
Ah!
Great
Yeah, like
going,
that.
Archie.
Thank
You're
you.
doing great.
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
It's been a really fun session. I was able to do a lot of the interesting things that I wanted to do. This is the first time I've combined 3 of the things from the road trip website that we used. Mercy Brown is a real person
Fuck yeah.
who was dug up, suspected to be a vampire, died of tuberculosis. Just saying.
Oh,
Pretty sick.
But
like
obviously in
Megan.
this world she is a vampire. That part is true.
Yeah.
We gonna chill out. It's been a fun stream. Does anybody have anything they'd like to chat about their favorite things this session? We'll go in the same order, starting with Lalo/Van. Or other things you want to talk about, whatever. The floor is yours.
My favorite things this session. I like that Archie got to meet someone from the same time as him. I thought that was swell. And I liked the using a bong to scry.
yeah,
That
that
was
was
so
a banger.
Whose idea was that? Was that you, Hunter? Whose idea was that?
No,
That was Oak?
that was
Yeah,
Oak's
that was
idea.
great. That was right off the dome. You
Yeah.
said I need a crystal ball. I was like, well, we have a lot of bong.
Yeah,
That's
kicked
so
ass.
funny. And then to
Um,
use the bong as a weapon as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think these 3 men should kiss, and that's pretty much all I
agree.
got. And then in terms of plugs, are we doing that?
If you want.
One itty bitty one real quick.
I just don't have any, but you're welcome to.
For Realland's coming up, I think next Sunday. Not this coming weekend, like the last Sunday of every month is when it is. It is, you can find them at For Realland. I'll spell it out on Instagram. It is a really swell little drag house party hosted by a trans drag house. It's a really wonderful, like, trans community space. They've got hella like harm reduction stuff set up there now, and setting up more every day. It is genuinely one of, or not every day, every month that they do the event. Genuinely one of my favorite drag events. And I will be bending there again, fucking finally. It's been 1,000 years and I've missed it very much. So I'm super psyched to be back there. if you are in the LA area, it is invite only, but like truly don't let that startle you. Just send them a message on the Instagram account. Be like, hey, I'd love to come.
Or message me. I'll message somebody. Whatever.
Yeah, that too. Like, yeah, so if you want to show up, please do. It's a really wonderful, fantastic event, and I'm super psyched to be going back. I think that's it. The cat is staring just dead at me while she shits. So...
And you know why they do that?
Yeah.
It's because they're vulnerable and they're making sure that the owner is like looking out for them.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my spiel.
Alright, Hunter, was there anything you wanted to say that you loved this session?
I definitely thought that the bong as a crystal ball and martial weapon of, Caltrip's caliber was very, very funny. And also, I think it's cool that Dan finally got to use his gun.
Yes. I will say for the crystal ball bong, next session, take one forward. Absolutely. And then, what about you? Anything, notes for me?
I had something. Oh, I was gonna make a joke about Dora the Explorer. My favorite part was when we crossed the Candy Bridge, something like that. We all held hands and sang Kumbaya and whatnot. I forgot. Lucky 20 is on hiatus because scheduling is a nightmare, and we've been trying to record session 5. We've had to cancel like at least 4 or 5 times, and then we finally had it scheduled, and then 2 people and 3 people didn't show up. So
I mean, I get it. We basically skipped a session of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Lucky 20 session 4 is up on podcasting services. I have no idea when anything else is going to be up. There's a whole 4 sessions of that. And that's all I got.
Last bit. At the end of each session, the keeper will ask the following questions. Did we conclude the current mystery? No.
No.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse? I don't think so.
No,
we're getting there. We're working on it.
We're working.
Did we learn something new?
Maybe condemn someone to certain death or worse.
I would hope so.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I think enough.
There's vampires.
Yeah.
There's vampires, and
allegedly.
we learned about this cult.
Yeah.
And then did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters? I don't think so.
Hunter, tell us about yourself.
You guys did learn that Dan dated a girl that had a vampire fetish and nothing
This
else.
is true. That happened. Yes.
I want her to show up. I assume that'll be when we go to your hometown.
Yeah, it was when he was in high school.
I'm so looking forward to that.
Everything about her. Dan needs literally every detail.
The amount of things that Hunter and I, by the way, have already planned for that arc is very good.
Yeah, I love creating an exceptionally rich backstory for my characters and never really using any part of it. But I think Patty's got some good stuff. So
I always use the backstory.
Yeah.
Primo.
I know. I think I put in our last D&D campaign. I think I put Lalo through the biggest ringer with the backstory.
Oh, big time. At least I got married in the end.
That's beautiful.
I did make him roll dice to see how big of a time difference there was in changing dimensions that would have possibly killed everybody his character knew.
Yeah, it was
God.
scary.
They rolled
I will say, in terms of learning things about our characters, Archie did reveal a little bit about his past and the fact that he came to Boston from London.
We also did learn that Archie has a sword.
Yes, Archie does have a sword.
Yeah.
I would say that's new and important.
I'd say that's new and important. So we've got 2, I think.
That is still 2, which is 1 experience.
Nice.
Yay!
Yay!
Buddy.
Moving on up.
None of us rolled bad today.
No, kind of good boy rolls.
That happens a lot so far in this game. It's because y'all hate
Yeah, well,
when I make you do
I
the
try
thing
to
you're not
just
good at.
only roll weird and sharp, and I'm really good at those.
I did
sorry,
also forget to say out loud, but I did add it in the math in my head. The 10 that I got on my I got a 10. I can't remember on what, but that was I used my hold.
Right. True. Truly true. That's it.
I min-maxed in Monster of the Week.
Yeah.
You found a way to min-max in Monster of the Week. That is true.
And I'll do it again!
Done.
So proud.
Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna...
On the
We're
road again.
Oh my
As they
God.
say.
Sucking in, fucking on the road again. I'm brave enough. I've got the balls to say what no one else will. Anyway.
Okay.
We're gonna raid my good friend DB Discount Bard. He's playing a little God of War. He could use
Lovely.
a couple more people watching. I love him. He's a sweet guy. He's a D&D master himself. So we're gonna start that raid now. And I just want to
We're
say,
on the road again!
We're
On the road
sucking
and we're fucking on the road again.
Yes, vindication.
Hitting bongs and killing cops, we're on the road again.
Yeah, that's about what it is.
With that, we're out. Goodbye, friends.
Goodbye.